Welcome to Yoga with Pragati. Today we will be focusing on heart opening. So this practice is going to help with improving the mobility in the upper thoracic area. It also improves the circulation to the heart, and in the literal sense it's going to help you actually open up the heart and be compassionate to yourself and to others. So let's begin. Sit on a block or a blanket. I need to admit somebody. Sit on a block or a blanket with your legs crossed in front of you, shins resting comfortably on the ground. Your palms can be facing up or down. Close your eyes and just connect to yourself. Let's take a few deep breaths in here. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Few more on your own. After the last exhale, you can gently open your eyes and get two blocks or books and place one block like on the upper area of your mat and the other block a little bit above it. You may need to adjust the distance between the blocks, but what we are trying to do is we are going to lay down such that the the lower block comes right behind the heart or below the shoulder blades, that is over here, and the upper block you may need to adjust it so that it comes right below your skull, not on your neck, but you're going to kind of extend your head a little bit and place it over here on the occiput or the lower bone of the skull. So lie down. You may need to adjust the first block comes right below your chest, and the block on the top you may need to adjust so that your head can get a little bit more extended. So the neck is getting extended rather. And then this may feel uncomfortable initially because we are trying to expand this area right near the heart. Now explore with your legs what you want to do. You may want to extend your legs straight out, or you may want to get your feet together but your knees apart, or the feet shoulder width apart. It should be comfortable. There should not be any strain. We are focusing more on opening the upper thoracic area. The hands can rest like in cactus, that is your elbows are right next to your body, or they can extend up and you can place them above your head and grab the opposite opposite elbows, and just relax here. This is actually opening up the thoracic cavity. You may find that you're able to breathe a little bit better. Just relax here. Let your shoulders drop towards the floor. That way you're expanding more in the shoulder area as well. And keep breathing. You may want to explore another position for your legs or your hands, or you may be comfortable where you are. Few more breaths here. After the last breath, you can gently release your hands, push into the ground with your forearms and come up straight and sit up. Now you can remove the blocks from the mat. Come in a tabletop position. So your knees are shoulder width apart. Your hands are in front, again shoulder width apart. Your shoulders are above your elbows. Your back is parallel to the mat, and your toes are untucked. And first I will demonstrate what we are going to do. We are going to do the cat cow. So we are going to take a deep breath in. So inhale and push your navel towards the ground. Raise your head up. Square your hips. And then exhale and round your back. Push your navel up towards the sky. Chin towards your chest. So let's do it together. Inhale. Navel goes down. Open your chest. Exhale. Round your back. And tuck your tailbone in. Make sure your elbows are not bent. Again, inhale. Look up. Exhale. Round your back. Two more times. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Navel towards the ground. Exhale. Round your back. And release this. You can come into Virasana, or the pose of basically where you are bending your knees, and you're going to sit. If you can sit like this, basically spread out your toes. Your toes are perpendicular to the mat, and if you can sit down on the floor but still keep your spine erect. If you can sit this way, that's great. But if this is difficult, because there could be some pressure on the ankles, you can sit on a block. That's going to relieve the pressure on the ankles. So whatever is comfortable for you. Make sure your knees are together, your feet are spread out. And take a deep breath in, interlace your fingers and raise your palms up towards the sky. Keep pushing, almost like you're pushing into a ceiling above your head. Stay in this pose. Now bend down towards the right. Make sure your back is straight and hold. Come back in the center and go towards the left. Keep breathing normally. Make sure your neck muscles are relaxed. Come back to the center and then release. Now let's come into a standing pose. That's Warrior 3 or Veerbhadrasana 3. So face towards the right side. Place your right leg in front, left leg behind. Both the feet are facing the right side, and you're going to bend your knee in the front such that you try to get your thigh as parallel to the ground as you can get. Make sure the knee behind is not going down. It's as straight as can be. Both the leg muscles are strong. Balance yourself well here. And then if you are balanced enough, raise your hands up. You're almost getting a curve in your back. Keep looking up as much as you can. If this is difficult to maintain the balance, you could have the back leg against a wall and keep holding. Make sure the back knee is not going down. I lost my balance, but if you can hold it, few more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and release. Let's do the other side. So your left leg in front, right leg behind. You're going to make sure you firmly plant your left leg and then bend your left leg. Try to get your thigh as parallel to the ground as you can. Make sure the back knee is not bending down. It's as straight as can be. Raise your hands up, inhale, and look towards the sky. Keep breathing here. If you want, you can even join your palms together in a namaste. And hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. The next one, let's have a block in the right hand. Bend your knees and step and step. Sorry, I just want to move this chair out. So bend your knees and step and step. Right leg towards the right. This distance is about 3.5 feet. The left leg is at a 45-degree angle. You are looking in the front. You're going to inhale, raise your hands up, and you're going to start going down towards the right. Keep looking in the front and keep bending the knee in the front. You may want to use the block behind your foot. Adjust the height of the block. Basically, you are tipping over at the hip, but you're not bending your head like this. You're tipping, start tipping from the hip. Keep going down. Adjust the height of your block. Make sure your right hand is firmly planted flat into the block, and then rotate this hand on the top over your head, and you're almost making like a straight line with your left hand and your right foot. And keep looking towards your left hand. If this is difficult, you can look in the front. Hold. This is Parshva Konasana. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bend the right knee. Come back up. Step and step and come into mountain pose. You can close your eyes. It's fun to close your eyes here and try and see if you can stop the wobbling. There is always some amount of wobbling. To stop the wobbling, we need to place exactly the same amount of weight in both the feet. Both the heels and the big toes and all the other toes are having equal weight. And then you can open your eyes and let's do the other side. So bend your knees, step and step. Turn your left foot to the left, right foot at a 45-degree angle. You're going to keep looking in the front. Raise your hands up, inhale. Keep going down. Start going down through your hip. Place the block behind your left foot. Plant your left hand firmly into the block. Keep extending this right side. Inhale one more time and raise the right hand up. Make sure the right leg is straight. Keep looking towards your right hand. And hold. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Come back up. Feet together. Let's stand in Tadasana again, or the mountain pose. So like I said, it's fun to close your eyes and try to see if you can stop the wobbling. And open your eyes. The next one, let's go into a lunge. If you have knee issues, you may want a blanket, not in the middle but a little bit, so that the knee that is going to be bent can be on this blanket. So come down on both the knees, and you may want to have a block or a book with you. So place your right knee in front. The left knee can be on the blanket. And then you're going to tuck your left foot and push the left foot behind a little bit. And then untuck it. This is going to make the lunge a little bit deeper. Make sure the right shin is not at an angle like this. It should be perpendicular to the mat. Make sure your hips are squared. You're looking in the front. If you want additional support, you can place one hand on the block, one hand on your knee, till you find some stabilization in your back. You have the option of either staying here or raise both the hands up and kind of do a slight back bend and keep looking up. The bend is more in the spine than in the neck. And keep holding this. You feel this in your right hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Now come back on the left knee. Straighten the right foot. You may want to have 2 blocks. That might give you more support. So have a block or a book on each side of your extended foot in the front, the right foot, and place your hands on both the blocks. You may want to adjust the height of the blocks and extend your spine. Inhale and keep extending your spine and keep going forward as much as you can. It's like you're having a back bend, but then you're going forward. Keep going down as much as you can. Maybe your hands can touch the mat, and maybe your head can release towards your shin or your knee, the right knee. And keep holding. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place your hands on your block. Again, you can come back to your original position and then get your right foot back. Come on both the knees. Just take a few moments here. Now take a deep breath in and let's place the left foot in front. Make sure the left shin is perpendicular to the mat. Place your hands on your blocks and push your right foot behind. so that you can deepen the lunge. Make sure your hips are squared. Adjust the height of the blocks so that you can push firmly into them. And broaden your shoulders. And just stay here for a minute. So the option to either stay here, or if you find enough stability, you can raise. There should not be any pinching in your back or your knees or anywhere. If that is the case, just stay here, or you can reduce the intensity of the lunge. And I'm having some issues with my right knee, so I won't be able to go deep, but you can see if you can get the balance, and then you can raise both the hands up. See if you can keep looking at the sky. Broaden your chest and your shoulders and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Straighten your left leg. Come back on your right knee, and then hands on your hips. Make a concave back and start going down. Maybe the hands can reach the blocks. Adjust the height of the blocks, or maybe you can reach the floor, and then release your neck towards your knee or your shin. Both sides may not be equally flexible. Just listen to your body and do what is comfortable. And hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Come up gently. Now grab the chair and place it on one side of the mat. We are going to do down dog, but on the chair. So for that, stand pretty close to the chair. Place your hands on the chair, and then get both the feet behind. Tuck your toes and start going down. Make a concave back. Keep pushing into the chair. Keep looking up towards the sky. Keep inhaling. Suck your stomach muscles in. Broaden your shoulders. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Now place the chair in front of you. Stand with both the feet apart. Your your big toes are slightly turned in as compared to the heels, so your feet are kind of not parallel, but they're slightly turned in. Hands on your hips. You may want a block to raise this height if this forward fold is difficult, but we're trying to take our head to the chair. So hands on the hip, make a concave back, start going down. See if you can rest your head on something comfortably. Maybe your hands can release towards the feet, and just relax here. Make sure the kneecaps are lifted and the leg muscles are strong. The shoulders are not, the shoulder and the neck muscles are relaxed. And hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Come up. Get your feet together. And let's get on the mat in the down dog position. So first come into a tabletop position. The best way to do this is basically come into a tabletop, then sit on your hips. Get into the child's pose where your hands are extended out in front of you. Make sure the elbows are not touching the ground. And then come up on all fours. This would be the distance, would be a good distance for you. Again, you can adjust it if this is too uncomfortable. Tuck your toes. Toes are shoulder width apart. And like I said, you can adjust your distance. You can bend your knees, straighten your elbows, suck your stomach muscles in, and then see if you can straighten your feet as much as you can. The upper arms are externally rotated. The fingers are spread out. And get your heels towards the ground as much as you can. Make sure the head is in line with your hands, with your upper arms. And you're pushing the head towards the ground, but at the same time you're lifting your hips up towards the sky. You should also feel a stretch in your hamstrings. Suck your stomach muscles in and hold. Make sure the elbows are not bent or the knees are not bent. I mean, knees can be bent if that flexibility is not there, but the elbows should be straight. And hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back into child's pose. So your hips are resting on your heels. Big toes are touching. The heels are apart. Elbows are not touching the ground. And keep extending in the front. This is a good shoulder reliever. Few breaths here. And come back up. And now we will do the down dog again, but this time on the ground. So the key to down dog is once you are in the position, make sure that your navel is, your stomach is lifted, it's not touching the ground. What also may help is having a bolster in front, and then if you don't have this, don't worry about it. But this will just help you to push if the flexibility is not there. So basically lie down on the bolster such that your little bit below the navel part is on the bolster and your hands are in front of the bolster. Actually, it is more like the pubic bone is on the bolster, and you're going to make sure your feet are untucked, and you're going to lift, push into the palms, and you're going to lift your hips and your knees. Make sure your knees are not touching the ground and keep looking up. Keep breathing. The key is to not have the knees touching the ground. Keep holding. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. If you like the bolster under your stomach, you can have it. Grab both the elbows and just relax. These slight back bends are kind of energizing, so you tend to breathe a little bit deeper and definitely you sweat. So now you can put the bolster away, and let's do one more down dog. Let's do the down dog again. So again, come into the child's pose. Make sure you have enough distance on both sides of the mat, because we are going to do another pose called the wild thing, in which from the down dog we are going to turn over. So make sure you have enough distance on both sides of the mat. So come into child's pose. Come into down dog. So you're going to externally rotate the upper arms, but at the same time the forearms are going to be rotated inside. So this is what is, so it's almost like this that you're trying to achieve. So push through your hands. You can bend your knees if you want. Make sure you have your upper thoracic region in line with your neck. Keep pushing. The abdominal muscles are sucked in. Now raise your right leg up. Bend your knee a little bit and turn towards the left. And raise your right hand up. This is the wild thing, or Chamatkar Asana. Keep opening your chest towards the sky. And you can release and come back to down dog. Keep pushing your head towards the floor. And let's do the other side. So raise your left leg up. Bend the left knee and turn towards the left. And open your chest towards the sky. Hold it for as long as it's comfortable for you. And then come back into down dog. And then again child's pose. Few breaths here. And you can come up gently. Let's do a twist. So we will do Gomukhasana, or the cow face. So for that, you want to grab a block or a blanket, sit on it, and come up on your hands, and you're going to cross your legs in front of the block such that your right knee is on the top. Your knees are aligned. Pull your feet close to your hips as much as you can. Make sure you're sitting erect. And we're going to twist our arms. So inhale and raise your hands up. And place your left arm on top. And turn. Clasp your hands together. Raise your right hand up. Keep inhaling. Keep pushing into the block with your hips. And keep raising your hand up. And keep breathing. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Now let's do the other side. So come in the front on your hands, and you're going to take your feet such that your left knee is on top. Having crossed the knees in front, sit on the block. The block is going to help you sit erect. Make sure the spine is erect. Grab your feet close to your hips as much as you can. Inhale Raise your hands up and place your right hand on top and turn, twist, clasp your hands together, raise your left hand up and hold this. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1 and release. Let's do some more poses in the supine position, so that is lying down on your tummy. If you want, you can have a blanket on top of this, top of the mat, if you want a little bit softer texture. And then lie down on your stomach with your chin touching the ground. Place your forearms in front and you're going to inhale and come up on your forearms. So just this much. It's a very slight opening up in the front. This is the Sphinx pose. Make sure your feet are untucked and keep looking in the front. Few breaths here. After the last exhale, you can release and go back to the ground. For the next one, it's called locust pose or shalabhasana. So we are going to have our palms by our sides, palms facing up, and we're going to inhale. First you can observe, inhale, and you're going to raise the palms and the feet up at the same time as high as you can, with your neck looking, your head looking up, gaze is up. So inhale and up. It's difficult to give instructions while you're in here, but you can try it on your own and hold it for as long as you can hold. So inhale. And release. You can get both the palms, both the hands in front, hold the opposite elbows. The big toes are touching, the heels are apart, and just relax. These back bends definitely increase the heart rate, so take a few breaths till your heartbeat comes back to normal. Alright, let's go for the next one, that is the Cobra or Bhujangasana. So you're going to have your hands next to your chest, the fingers are spread out. The toes are untucked. You're going to inhale and you're going to raise your thoracic as up as you can and make sure your hands are straight, the elbows are not bent. So inhale and look up. Get your abdomen as high as you can. Suck your stomach muscles in and keep looking up. This is Bhujangasana or Cobra pose. Hold for as long as it's comfortable and then you can release and come back. Grab the opposite elbows. Big toes touching, heels apart, and relax. For the next one, it's called the Dhanurasana or the bow pose. So lie down on your stomach. I mean, you're lying down on your stomach already, and then you're going to bend your knees and grab your ankles. You're going to inhale and raise your chest as well as your knees at the same time, as high as you can. And you're going to try to see if you can have your shins perpendicular to the mat. So your shins are really pulling your entire body backwards. So inhale. And release. Make sure you breathe once you go up there. Let's try it one more time. Take a deep breath in and go up. And release. Grab both the opposite elbows. Your feet can be together, and turn your feet side to side so that your hips are swaying side to side as well. Keep turning and relax. Push the ground and come back up and lie down on your back. And we'll do the bridge pose or Setu Bandhasana. So lie down on your back. Lie down gently. Make sure your spine is extended. Your shoulders are touching the ground. Grab your ankles as close to your hips as you can. Hold on to the ankles. And you're going to inhale and you're going to raise your buttocks up. And you're going to hold it. But at the same time, your shoulders and your neck are going to keep touching the ground. So inhale and lift your hips up. And keep holding this. Hold for as long as is comfortable for you. And then you can release. Let's do it one more time. Deep inhale and go up. And release. Now let's come to a standing. We do one standing pose. It's called dancer's pose or Natarajasana. There is an element of balance here, so you may want to be close to a wall. I will demonstrate the pose. So first you make sure you are looking at something in front. Stand firmly on your right leg. You're going to grab your left ankle from the inside. And like I said, you could be close to a wall here. And you're going to make sure the standing leg is not bent. And you're going to keep tipping forward. And keep pushing your leg behind. The left leg behind. And keep holding this. So you can give that a shot. It's difficult to do it while talking. So let's do it together. Hold it for as long as it's comfortable and you can release. And let's do the other side. The key is to stand firmly on the standing foot and not to bend that knee. And like I said, you can go against the wall. One side may differ from the other side. I think I'm more wobbly on this side, you'll see. And release. Lie down on the floor, fold a blanket, grab a strap, lie down such that your sacrum or the tailbone is on the blanket. Extend your left leg in front, grab your right knee towards your body. Now see if you can get the shin parallel to the smaller side of the mat. You can come up and see if you can grab this right shin in the elbow creases of both the hands, and see if you can pull the right shin close to your chest. You can raise your head if you want. Your foot on the ground may come up, but keep pulling the right shin towards your chest. And keep holding this. Should feel a good stretch in your right hip. And release. Now let's do the other side. So grab your left knee close to your chest. See if you can make the shin parallel to the small end of the mat. Grab the left shin. You want to raise your head. You may want to raise your lower leg. Grab the shin as close to your chest as you can. And keep holding. Keep breathing. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Come to a seated position. Continue to sit on the blanket. Both the legs extended out in front. Make sure the knees are not bent. Hands on your hips. We are going to do a forward fold. About the forward fold, what is important is to reduce the gap between your thighs and your chest and your abdomen. So try to get your abdomen as close to your thighs as you can, and keep extending your spine in the front. So keep inhaling and extending your spine in the front, and keep going forward as much as you can. If it's difficult, also what helps is grabbing a belt, holding it, and then keep extending forward this way. But if this forward fold is difficult, it may also help to have a blanket here on your thighs so that you're resting on something in the end once you have folded the maximum. So let's begin. And keep going down. Suck your stomach muscles in. Keep pushing your chest as close to your chest and your abdomen as close to your thighs. Keep extending forward. Keep looking at your toes. Grab your shins or your ankles or your heels, or maybe your big toes. And then keep pulling forward, and in the end release your head. Keep holding. Suck your stomach muscles in. Make sure the neck and the shoulder are relaxed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Now, if you have the belt, it's going to be easiest. But if not, then you can grab your scarf, and you may need to adjust the length of it. But I'll first demonstrate. So you're going to lie down on this blanket the same way your sacrum. So sacrum is this area, right? The tailbone, this area, You're going to lie down on the blanket, and you need to get a pretty big loop on your strap or your scarf. And what you're going to do is place this one end on your occiput. So again the same area. It's not on your neck, not here, but over here, right at the bottom of your skull. And put both the legs through it. The other end is behind the knees here, and then you want to tighten this such that your knees are your hips are perpendicular to the mat. So if it's too loose, it's going to be an obtuse angle, right? Or you don't want an acute angle or an obtuse angle. You want to make it a right angle as much as possible. So you can adjust the length. If you don't have this, what you can also do is just hold on to your ankles. But if you have this, then it's going to just help you have your hands free and just rest them by your side. Your knees can be shoulder width apart, and just relax here. Few more breaths here. After the last exhale, you can release the strap. You can place this blanket under your head if you like. You can place a bolster under your feet. We are going to do Shavasana. So while lying down, make sure you extend your spine. Make sure your neck is elongated and lie down. Your body should not be touching any other props that you don't need. Palms by your side, palms facing up. Close your eyes and just relax your entire body. So you can begin with your feet. Your legs. Relax your hips and your abdomen, your chest, your shoulders and your neck, your arms and your palms. Relax your tongue, your jaw, unclench your jaw. Relax your forehead. Just surrender yourself to this moment. Melt into the mat just like you would have a stick of butter melting in the sun.